The USA signing treaties with Native Americans. Bolsheviks pulls up to a random elderly peasant. Want some beats? Peasant, yes, hops in. Bolsheviks, you're going to negotiate peace with the Germans. Peasant. Dragons in European mythology. Dragons in Asian mythology. My mum, her Dutch friend, me wanting to ask if her ancestors ate the PM. What about Thor? Off-world. Captain Marvel? Unavailable. Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia? Last online 30 years ago. Christmas truce happens. A random British soldier. Football. Some clock that can't count to 2000. The entire world. People not knowing history wanting to travel back in time. People who know history. Classical physics. What the hell are you? Double slit experiment. Death. Finding out Charlie Chaplin originally did this meme 100 years ago in 1922. Me. Distracted boyfriend meme. Nobody rides trains anymore. I'm afraid you have been misinformed. Mark Antony gets seduced by Cleopatra and rebels for her. All of Rome. SIM card. England. Somewhere in the British Empire. Partying at the Palace of Versailles. No toilets. What's in the box? Pain. Greek phalanx. He does exactly what I do. Macedonian phalanx. But better. Combat now. They're shooting. Get down. Okay. Combat 200 years ago. Why aren't we shooting back? It's their turn, Dumbus. France. Roman Empire. England. Spain. Russia. Aztec Empire. USA. Venetian Republic. Germany. Build your capital on a swamp. Cannonballs and gunpowder. Some alligator they found. Americans. British. Unhated historical characters annual meeting. How people imagined the Crusades. Meanwhile, Richard Lionheart and Saladin, after making a truce. You are the greatest and most powerful leader in the Islamic world. There is no more honorable Christian lord than you, Richard. The lords, when they see a bunch of farmers bringing pitchforks and torches in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, is this some sort of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand? Making or buying a new pistol to replace the old one. Using the same pistol for 100 years. Me. World War I isn't difficult to understand. World War I. So now you have a British general on the Caspian Sea, aboard a ship named after a South African Boer president, sailing from a Persian port, under a Serbian flag, to assist a body of Armenians in a revolutionary Russian town against the Turks. Spying on South Korea, a North Korean submarine. A fishing net. Background. The pig incident. Military escalation. The what incident? Becomes the first and only confirmed person in history to get hit by a freaking meteorite. Survives with just a bruise. Fights her landlord for ownership of the meteorite. Greedy bastard thinks it belongs to him cause it landed on his property. Wins the custody battle. Donates the meteorite to the Alabama Museum of Natural History without receiving any payment. Man, warfare sure is terrible. I wish there was some way we can make it less brutal. Richard J. Gatling, I have an idea. Studied history for 9 years and has a PhD. Watches Oversimplified and listens to Sabaton. Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires. We conquered Afghanistan for 3 centuries. Ancient Greece. Becomes contestant of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Proceeds to advance to the $1 million question without using any lifelines. Uses the caller friend to talk with his dad. Tells him your son gonna win $1 million. Becomes the first millionaire in the show. Leaves with the money. Unhated countries annual meeting. Wow, look, nothing. Saint Peter, if you're going to crucify me, could you crucify me upside down? Roman soldiers. That feels weird, but I'll allow it. How would you change history if you could time travel? Me. There will be this really cool indie rock band in Scotland named after you, and their songs will be absolute bangers. Wow, that's great. Nice to hear my legacy will have a positive impact. When you've only existed as a country for 31 years, but you've had a seat in the UN for 77 years. These are confusing times. Genghis Khan. His conquest. What the hell is this? 16 million living descendants. English kids in history class. Are we the baddies? German kids in history class. Are we the baddies? Swedish kids in history class. Are Denmark, Norway, Russia, Poland the baddies? Chinese kids in history class. We are the goodies, and always has, and always will, and nothing happened at that place at that time. Barges into San Francisco. Declares himself Emperor Norton. Protector of Mexico. Locals in the press respect you. Norton walks the streets to check that the police are doing their job. Inspects buildings under construction. Chats with locals. Dislikes the corrupt two-party system of the USA. Restaurants always have a seat for you. Correspondent with the King of Hawaii. Die peacefully. Locals and press pay tributes. Press right. King is dead. Death of famous generals. Alexander. Died of disease after conquering Persia. Caesar. Assassinated by his friends after conquering Gaul and winning the Civil War. Pyrrhus. Killed by a tile thrown by an old lady after conquering absolutely nothing. Haha, tile goes fush. New Zealand. Behold. A tank. Otto von Bismarck had a voice recording done. He spoke English and recited the Marseillaise. Your opinion seems valid and researched. Unfortunately, I have seen too oversimplified videos on this subject. Hey Phil, did you know that kids living in apartments aren't getting enough fresh air and sunlight? Dang, you're right, Jim. Hey, I think I have an idea. We don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations. What about the best battle implement ever devised? M1 Gerendalf. France starts off as a monarchy, becomes a republic. Germany starts off as a monarchy, becomes a republic. The Netherlands. I'm gonna do what's called a pro-gamer move. I assume all you youngsters talking about Blazing 420 are of course referring to the blazing career of Alcibiades, who in 420 BC was elected Strategos, an incredible height of power for one so young. I applaud your interest in the great figures of our ancient past. Imperial Roman measures. Alright, get lost. All of ya, you're fired, go on. Scram. Acres, liver, spoons, pints, miles, pounds. Get out of here, you measures. That's right. Keep moving. Nautical miles and knots. Except you stay. Arab soldier. So we left a little mountain range unconquered to the north. Arab general. So what? That's populated by 200 people at most. What's the worst that can happen? Things the Romans built to last. Beretta. British government outlaws virtually all guns for civilians. Philip Lutti inventing scrap metal submachine guns in his garage and publishing a book on how anyone can do it out of spite. And I took that personally. I hunted down pirates who kidnapped me. While I was kidnapped, I demanded they double the ransom, bossed them around, and even made them listen to my speeches and poems. When I was released, I raised a naval fleet and tracked them down. I hunted down thieves who stole my boat. With the help of 2 friends, I built a new boat, tracked down and captured the thieves. Write that down. Write that down. You're an Italian boy. You have a great singing voice. It's the 1700s. It's the 1700s. Unhated historical characters annual meeting. Me in my heated house laughing at Napoleon's troops for freezing to death. Pathetic. Blow my mind. Napoleon once lost a battle against 3,000 bunny rabbits. Sanitation stopped disease, not vaccines. Vaccination campaign that wiped out smallpox. British history. I refuse to apologize for the actions of people before I was born, but I do want to take credit and feel proud of people's actions before I was born. Thank you for watching this video. Tune in at 5 PM British time for a video of changing topic, and at 7 PM for daily juicy memes. Check out my Discord server using the link in the description. Also be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you didn't already.